everyone, it's ajadang. Thank you so much for joining my channel. Today we are talking about the tools I'm going to use to kill 2023. These are tools that'll help keep me motivated, organized, and a place where I can just focus on the chaos in my mind onto something. So these are kind of the three, I would say, things that I'm going to use this year to help me stay on track with the goals that I set, to help me set goals, and to help me keep on track with all of my money goals and my budget, as well as I can. Anyways, let's just go ahead and jump right into these things. The first thing that's gonna help keep me on track for 2023 is, of course, the master plan dated budget planner. This, of course, comes in the undated form. If you like a budget component, if you like to make short-term goals, this is the planner for you. To me, this is my perfect ideal planner, and I'm just gonna go through it to show you the things that I use in this planner. So here is the 2023 Master Plan Dated Planner. The first thing that is really important, and I've done videos about this on my channel, not actually last year, but a vision board. For me, vision boarding is one of the more fun ways to goal set because it's a way to kind of get out of your own head. You don't need to have a plan for this. You don't necessarily need to have a rhyme or reason as to why something is visually talking to you, but you put it on the page anyways because it speaks to you. And it's more likely than not, things on your vision board are going to correspond with things in your goal setting page, but we'll get to that later. Easygoing, low pressure way to goal set. If you're not someone who likes to goal set in the traditional terms like this, a vision board might be the way you want to go. So I just found some magazines and flipped through them and stopped and cut out images that spoke to me. So here we have kind of, this to me represents gatherings with friends and families. Of course, give a shelter dog a dream home. I did just start volunteering at the city animal shelter. So I actually did this before I actually applied for that, which is really funny. And then I am gentle with myself in transitions. I've said this multiple times in the later half of last year on this channel, is I feel like I'm in a transitional phase. I don't really know what that means for me or what that's going to end up looking like, but this obviously spoke to me for many reasons. This one, I actually cut this out before Brian and I even talked about doing some kind of dog accessory line, but I just thought that that was actually really funny. And then over here, it's again, more travels. These are all places in California. Again, I cut these out and totally forgot about them even before I set my goals for the new year, even before I started applying for animal shelter, before Brian and I started talking about a dog accessory line. So like I said, if that's not proof that a vision board kind of just takes your unconscious thoughts and puts them in front of you, I don't know what is. Now, the next page in the Master Plan Planner is the goal setting page. I'm not gonna go too in depth about this because I did an entire video about how I set my goals for 2023. I'll put that in the cards. But for me, what I found a lot with certain planners is it focused more on long-term goals. And if you have followed me long enough on this channel, you know that my long-term goals never really pan out because I myself as a person am always changing. My goals and dreams are always changing. So planning for something over a year in advance is just not it. So what this planner does really well is it focuses on short-term goals 1 year and below. After the goal setting page is our financial goals page, of course. Again, I did an entire deep dive of this page, of my goals, of how I'm going to achieve them in an old video. So check the cards. There is a debt overview page. Fortunately, I don't have debt, so I don't need to use this, but I may turn this into another vision board just because you can never have too many vision boards. And then here we are with the quarterly goals page. I haven't filled this page out yet, but for the quarterly goals page, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick one goal from my 3-month goals and just focus on that for the next 3 months. Was it 3, 6, 9, 12? Yep, 3 months. So I'm gonna focus on building my budget course. I'm going to focus on writing out the script for maybe the first 2 or 3 chapters of my budget course. I think for me, that is kind of the game changer this year, is to get that out and selling it. And I just want to start getting the flow of it. There's going to be a video component to it, which is why I have to write a script so I know what I want to talk about. And yeah, so that's going to be my goal for the first 3 months of this year. Now we enter the monthly overview page. Birthdays, appointments, everything is just like a really good overview of what to look forward to. If your bills are not on auto pay, I would also recommend that you put kind of bill due dates on your monthly overview page as well, just so you're aware of what you're about to spend and when. Now we have the monthly budget. This is blank for now, but this in tandem with the expense tracker, weekly expense tracker, will keep me on budget, hopefully. And again, we have a lot of blank space. So this is actually where I write down my income for the month, because I do have an entire paycheck routine about percentages that I have to put aside for taxes, for management, for my financial goals. Again, video in the cards. But now we enter the weekly calendar. I really need the timed layouts. A timed weekly calendar is incredibly important to me. And if you want to go all in, you can definitely color coordinate and highlight things. Sometimes I do that as well. If my planner or if my week is getting super chaotic, I will highlight, color coordinate, work stuff, workouts, personal stuff, appointments, just so it's like very clear in my mind what I need to do for the week and for the day. The only other thing is at the end of the month, what I've really enjoyed doing is this monthly overview page as a way to just, because I think I've explained this, sometimes I just get so focused on the next goal or the next month, I forget to look back and reflect at the previous month. So this has been really good in helping me focus and just really appreciate the things that I did and experiences that I had in the month. So this was a really great way to kind of slow down my thoughts and just really appreciate how far I came in the month. This, I'd say, would be the main tool that I use every year. Planners for me are just the thing. It helps me stay organized, and it's just kind of the go-to where I put all of my thoughts. But I did want to show you the digital planner because I do use the Master Plan digital planner and the physical planner in tandem. I do want to point out two things. One, remember how I was talking about the budget course and how I had planned out all these chapters? Well, I actually did that in the digital planner, because what I like about the digital planner versus a physical planner, as I'm kind of jotting down notes and thinking of ideas, is I can easily, I'm not going to erase anything, but, or I guess I can, but I can easily erase things. That's it. I can easily erase things, and it won't make a mess of my planner. But all I did was I just added a page. So I can do that, add it after, and I have a blank page. And that's exactly what I did for this. But I like to use these in tandem just because sometimes it's easier. Look, I can add pictures of my flowcharts and all that stuff. It's easier for me to make mistakes in the digital planner before my physical planner, but also when I'm traveling and stuff, it's easier for me to take this than it is for me to take this. And then here's actually a good example of color coordinating my dues for the month. As you can see, red is work stuff, purple is appointments, or blue is appointments, purple is workout, and orange is fun. So that's an example there. So on top of my planner, another thing that I have been loving that has helped me stay organized in kind of like a group setting is Notion. Notion is basically like a database. You can use it for yourself, you can share it with other people. It is very easy to use once you get the hang of it, and you can basically do whatever you want within your Notion pages. But I do want to point out a few things. Here's kind of like my personal page. This one is something I use all the time. I have my recipes put in here, and it's categorized by dinner, lunch, Instant Pot, Asian, soup, healthy, and all the links are connected. So this is actually the page that I use the most on my personal page, because I can just put all of the recipes that I find online and enjoy here, and it's easy to access, and I can access it on my phone. I also put my holiday budgets here in Notion. People have been asking me to build a Notion budget template, but there's already budget templates in Notion, so I don't have to build it. All you have to do is search for it. And again, I'm pretty sure that's in the cards as well. But what I want to show you are my shared templates. We use this to organize master plan dues. We have team to-dos where everyone can say the things that they're going to work on for the month and all this stuff. We have improvement logs. I know we're still, some of you are still finding mistakes in our planners, but when you do report those, we put them in our improvements log so we know that it needs to be corrected, and when it is corrected, it's just checked off and all that stuff. It's kind of just like a way for everyone to be on the same page. So whether you're in school, working in a group setting on a group project, or if you're a small business owner working with people as well, I would highly, highly recommend Notion for you. I think it's really easy. It's free to use, easy to access. All you have to do is send a link. So we have this for master plan. I also have this as a YouTube schedule, content planner, and again, great for groups. I keep on saying that. So Notion is fantastic, whether you are in a group or if you want to use it solo. But I was new to Notion in 2022, and I really do love it. So Notion is definitely another tool that I use to stay on track. Now, even though we have a budget that I use in the planner and I have budgets in Notion, the next thing and the last tool that I'm going to use for 2023, which is completely new, is an Excel budget spreadsheet. This is actually master plans. We are in still the testing phase, but I'm going to be testing this on Brian's budget. And while he is not a planner person, I think putting his budget in Excel where we both have access to is probably the smartest way to kind of do that. Here is just one of the pages in the Excel spreadsheet. Again, once the months start moving forward, this will start to be a little bit more full. Here is the daily budget tracker. Of course, we just started the month. This is where I can put all of his expenses over here. This is where I can put his income. Let's just add. And then that should update in the monthly overview. See, it just updated. Even though this is a monthly overview, all the months are going to be here, so it's easy to access. We can change all the categories over here. And then all the savings, where you can put your savings and your debts and your sinking funds. If you remember, when I first started my debt-free journey, I used an Excel spreadsheet for my budget. It looked nothing like this. We have upgraded our lives. And hopefully within the next couple months, this will be available on masterplan.co. But for now, we're testing it on our guinea pig, Brian. All right, and that is it. Those are the tools I am going to use to make sure that my money and my goals are all on track. Again, we have the physical planner, we have the digital planner, we have the Notion database, and then we have the Excel budget spreadsheet. I know it might be a lot, but I am a lot. You guys have seen I'm pretty good at staying on track with most of the goals, pretty good at staying on track with my budget, and it really is because of the tools I incorporate in my life daily that make it easy for me to do that. That's it for this video. It was a little rough and tough, but all the links are going to be in the description box for things that you can download or purchase. All the supplementary videos that you can use to kind of deep dive on things that I mentioned in this video are either going to be in the cards or it's going to be in the description box. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you have any tools that I didn't mention that help you be a more productive person, please let us know in the comments. That's it. I'm Ajadang. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in next week's video. Bye.